Hello, and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I am Kevin McTaggart. I'm a comedian, among other things. This is episode 68. What I usually do is just talk about stuff that is on my mind. Sometimes it makes me angry. Sometimes it makes me happy. A lot of the times it makes me angry. And sometimes, usually I get mad about stuff on other people's behalf, but that's at the end of the program. So stay tuned for that. I have a unique twist on it this time. What the fuck did I want to talk about today? That's the thing. I want to put one out. I want to put an episode out every week, all right? But it's when it comes to recording it, I'm just sometimes, today, for example, I don't know what I'm going to say. I have a general idea. Sometimes I forget what I was going to say. That kind of happened now, too. I was driving just a few minutes ago. I drove from Middlebury to Hanover. Middlebury, Vermont to Hanover, New Hampshire. And I thought, I'll talk about this. This will be good. This will fill a half an hour or 20 minutes or something. And then I find a place to park because I don't want to scream in the house with everybody else in the house. That would be inconsiderate. So usually just do it in my car or a hotel room. But I forgot to do it in the hotel room this morning for the show I was in last night. So I didn't do that. What did I was? Oh. And among things that I get mad about or talk about getting mad, or sometimes I reveal a little bit too much about myself or talk about myself. Those episodes seem to get the most downloads. The ones where I talk about myself and situations and whatnot. And I was thinking about, those are my keys, I'm sorry. I was thinking about this week. And I kind of had an epiphany about some stuff. There are times when, things happen, either at home or at work, and they make you angry. And, they make me angry. And, say at work, hypothetically. Or not hypothetically. Oh dear. Anyway, and it's you get upset about it, and I think one of my first things is I don't want to do this anymore. It's getting too hard. And it's getting too hard, never going to get any better, blah, blah, blah. But then part of me thinks, I shouldn't not do something just because it's hard. I mean, if you do it, it'll get better. You know what I'm saying? I was trying, let's say I'm trying to be inspirational in this week's episode, apparently. Let's say, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how I'm trying to word this. I'm just, I think I said it. Okay. So, I'll just go a little bit more specific here. There have been numerous times in any job I've had where they'll change things or what have you, and it'll make me mad and makes you frustrated. And for me, my first inclination is I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sick and tired of being frustrated on a daily basis or whenever changes happen. And I'm like, screw this. And you go look for a job like you do, and then like, my problem with like finding a job is, what if I go to another job and that gets hard too, or they change stuff? Am I going to look for another job after that? And after that, and after that? Bottom line is, I don't want to quit something just because it's hard, or just because something gets difficult, just because something frustrates me. That's a stupid reason to quit something. I mean, how are you going to learn anything if you quit at the moment that stuff starts becoming hard? You know how it won't be hard is if you try it. You do it. You're not scared. That's what I was trying to. There's stuff. People don't do stuff because they're scared. They don't do things out of fear. That's basically what it is. It's like something new has happened. Like, oh no, it's scary. It's scary, of course, but if you actually give it a shot, it turns out pretty good. And like, you become a better person for overcoming your fears. Now, I'm not saying you should overcome all of your fears. Like, I'm deathly afraid of heights. I don't plan on conquering that fear anytime soon. Alright? Make that clear. But I'm just saying, other more reasonable fears, like fear of not knowing how to do something. Well, if you're scared because you don't know how to do it, then maybe you should learn to do it. But if you're going to leave your job every time going gets tough, then you're never going to have a job for that long. Because things are always going to get tough. And anywhere, in work, in life, or whatever, things will get tough. And you just have to, like, deal with it. And become better than you did before. It's kind of like a video game, I guess. Like, when you conquer one level, you move on to the next. That's basically what happens. It's like, it's a challenge. Life is a challenge. And, like, we face challenges, and we should, if you have a challenge that you need to deal with, you shouldn't run away from the challenge. You should face it head on and deal with it and learn from it. Because you're not going to learn if you're not challenged, and if you're too scared to face a challenge, then you're not going to ever learn anything. And, like, I've found myself, like, I don't run from challenges, but, like, plenty of things scare me in this world, but I've done a good job in recent months of, like, not running from the challenges. I've done a good job in, like, oh, this is scary, but then I'm like, my next thought, okay, good. We've processed that it's scary. Now, if you do it, it won't be scary. I mean, it's fine to be scared of things. It's fine to be scared of things. You have to be aware, as long as you recognize that you're scared, but don't use that as an excuse. Learn how to do it. If you do that, you'll feel so much better the next time the same thing happens. You deal with a similar situation. You've already dealt with a situation like that. So now it's time to move, so you're like, oh, okay, cool, I got this. It's fine. Like, there's always, like, stuff that's hard to do at work. And then, like, I've done pretty much every hard thing to do at work. And nothing really scares me that much anymore at work. Which is good, because I've worked a lot of the tough cases at work. And other people don't. And I'm just like, it's really not that bad. You just need to do it. Just do it. Maybe that's what this week's episode will be called. Just do it. No, that's a... Nike might get mad at me if I use that. If I do that. It might not be a good idea. But yeah, it's just... I'm reading a book. I haven't finished it yet. I think I'm on chapter 2 of 6. It's from the host of Bar Rescue, John Taffer. I think it's called Don't Bullshit Yourself. And, like, I've read that already. And, like, he talks about 6 different types of excuses. And so far, I've read about 2 of the excuses, and I'm 2 for 2. I think one is, like, fear. Or one is... I don't know. I forget what they are. I'm going to dedicate an episode to talking about that book, but it's like, yeah, we're just making excuses. And it's like, if you run away from something, you're never going to deal with it. You know? It's like a phrase I've heard called, like, what, steel sharpens steel or whatever. I've heard several people, I know lots of people use that phrase, and I'm like, it makes sense. I think you can't just not do something because it's hard, or it makes you scared or angry, or God forbid you fucking feel a feeling. It's fine to feel bad about it. It's fine to be upset about it, but just, like, process it quickly. Be like, okay, good, this makes me mad, but let's just work this. Don't just sit in your cubicle or anywhere and just, like, stew about it. Just fucking fix it. Just do it. What the hell was I talking about? I don't even know. But yeah, no, I find myself more lately, I don't know how long I've been doing it for, but just if something scares me, or if I find something, if I come across something or some sort of challenge or something like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not a quitter, is basically what I'm saying. I don't want to be a quitter. I don't want to quit my job because God forbid, I have to work harder. You know? That's a stupid reason to quit a job. A good reason to quit a job is if you find one with more money. But that's the thing, though. Like, that's what I was afraid of. Because I was thinking about getting a new job. But, like... And I have looked, but... I'm not looking now, because I've realized, unless something excellent comes along, or unless, the only way I'd quit my job now is if I became a full-time comedian, and I hope that happens someday. I have a goal, I have a timeline, just a matter of working on that goal and timeline. So, yeah. What was I talking about? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's just stupid to, like, try to, quit your job just because it's hard. That's not what I don't want to quit a job like that, because, like I said, what if you do and you go to the next job and it's hard and you quit and you're never going to grow as a person. Never going to grow if you're too scared to do something. So it's fine. I'm not saying don't be scared, but do it anyway. Unless it's heights. I'm not going to conquer that. I may conquer that fear someday, but not anytime soon. I have other lesser fears I should conquer first before I go ahead and conquer the fear of heights. But that's, you know what I'm saying? Is any of this making sense? Why am I asking questions expecting people to answer me back when I'm recording a podcast? I don't know. But yeah, it's just, that thought's been prevalent on my mind this week. Just sort of, I wouldn't say it was an epiphany. I called it an epiphany earlier, but I'm not, I'd feel bad about myself. I'd feel bad if I left work. I did. I know I've complained about work on my podcast before as indirectly as possible. But, yeah, I don't see myself leaving there anytime soon. And from now on, if anything anything changes or anything tough happens, or I'm not going to be like, oh, screw this, I quit. No, because I couldn't live with myself if I quit because of that. I mean, if I found a job that paid more money, absolutely. But that's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think. Because, yeah, it's crazy. What else has happened to me this week? Should I do a WrestleMania recap? What did I do? I don't know what I'm doing. Are we recording? No, I dropped the goddamn phone. Okay. Yeah, we're still recording. Good. I think it's fine. I'm not going to do a WrestleMania recap, but I am going to complain that WrestleMania was 7 hours long. It ended at midnight. If they're going to have a 7-hour show, start it earlier. Start it at 3. Start it at 3. It's perfect. Start it at 3. It's fun. I don't see the problem in starting it, earlier in the day. If you're going to have a 7-hour pay-per-view, start it at 3 so it ends at 10 instead of midnight. So I don't have to drive home from my friend's house and get home and fall asleep by 2 o'clock in the morning and then get up at 6 in the morning to get up and get ready to work. And then I'm completely sleepy and a goddamn zombie for the whole fucking day at work because I watched a 7-hour pay-per-view that ended at midnight. Eastern time. I should have pointed that out. So yeah, that's my WrestleMania recap. It was too fucking long. And too damn late. If you're gonna have it be that long, start it earlier. Let's see. The fuck else was I going to talk about today? I had some other things I was going to talk about, but I can't fucking remember. Here's a thought I've been thinking about. Facebook is under Mark Zuckerberg. Testified before Congress because data leaks or data something with our data. Listen, folks. If you're upset about your data, and this was a thought that actually was given to me by my friend John Suzuki. It was going to be, I asked for a what pisses you off, and he brought this up, but this is not the what pisses you off. I will do that later. But he mentioned how people who are holier than thou about their data being breached, yet you hold on to your phone 24/7. You can't be upset about your data, your info being stolen or used by someone else, when you're giving it to them. You can't be upset about your data when you use your fingerprints to open your phone. Or when you use your face to open your phone. I almost got a phone that that did that. But that creeped me out. Because what if I shave? Or what if I don't shave? And it never opens? I don't know. Well, I have to, like, keep the same amount of facial hair. Does facial hair count into this? How does the facial thing work? I don't fucking know. I know I'm probably going to have to use a phone that uses the facial thing at some point. Because that'll be all they have. But, like, right now, I just started using the fingerprint thing recently. It kind of creeped me out at first, but I don't care. Because someone has our data, okay? Someone has it. It's not a big fuck. Some other entity will always have our information. Okay, so it really doesn't fucking matter who has it. You know, it's sort of like your student loan. My student loan, you know, has gone to 3 different carriers in the years that I've had it, you know. So they keep selling off my student loan to other companies. They're selling off our data to other people. It's just a fucking thing that happens. Relax. There's other things in this world that we should be upset about than our information and data being, like, sold at the highest bidder, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know what this whole Facebook data thing is, because I don't give a shit. I only, like, barely know about it. I may read up on it just to see what the fuck it is, but I just don't fucking care. What else is annoying me this week? I saw this. I was at a bar Friday night, and I didn't, like, hear it, but I saw it on the TV, and it was this show on Nessun. They do this dining, or this taste of life type show or something. It was a dining show. Yeah, that's what it was. It was, like, some sort of dining show, and, for some reason, there's this bus that travels around Boston, apparently. And you can spin on the bus. Like, people are riding exercise bikes, doing the spinning thing on a moving bus. On a moving bus. Why not just ride your bike? I'm just watching all of these people enjoy themselves spinning on a moving bus. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Why is this happening? Why not just ride your bicycle? What is the fucking point? Ride a bike. Outside. Not on a goddamn bus. That's the stupidest thing that's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. And there was another thing I wanted to bring up, because my friend Pierre Vachon and his girlfriend, woman, partner, Kristen, brought this up to me, but I didn't research this either, because I don't fucking research shit, but apparently there's an epidemic, I guess, where when someone says thank you, people are responding no problem. And I'm like, so we can't say no problem anymore. We're banning words. I don't like it anytime we're banning words, people. And then I thought about this. I tried to look this up. I don't know which episode it was. If someone who's listening to my podcast can tell me what episode it was where Harry Kendrick brought up the suggestion about no problem. Because Harry Kendrick had this issue. Like, I forget where he was, but he had some sort of suggestion, and they were like, people told him, no problem. I'm like, no, it's not a problem. The response is, you're welcome. I think his was more of like I don't think he was trying to ban the phrase no problem, but he was trying to say that, like, we don't know how to use words correctly anymore. Like, if you say thank you, the response is, you're welcome. That's it. Well, usually you're welcome. Sometimes you can say, go fuck yourself, you know? Stuff like that. But yeah, people want to... I should, again, I don't research for this show usually. But I may look up that, I think it was on CBS News or something like that, where you can't say no problem anymore. And I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Why don't we just ban all words ever and we'll just become mutes? Why don't we just fucking do that? Now we're going to do what pisses you off. And bear with me here as I try to find it. I'm trying to find it. Almost there. This week's winner of what's pissing you off is Christopher P. Thayer. His thing is, the fucking weather here in April in Vermont is pissing me off. An ice storm? Really? What the fuck, Kevin? Do something about it now. Well, Christopher, this is one of those rare what's pissing you off where I turn it around on the person who's fucking complaining. I would do something about this, Christopher. But, if I recall correctly, you're one of the judges, or were one of the judges on the, incredibly crappy, snowplow comedy competition. A competition that I've entered 2 years in a row and have lost both fucking times because of the judges. So you want me to help with the weather? First of all, I can't help with the weather. I don't have superpowers like that. But I hate people who complain about the weather. More specifically, I hate the people who complain that it's too cold or it's snowing in the wintertime. And I hate the people who are complaining that it's too fucking hot in the summertime. Why? Because it's usually the same person. You probably want to live in a fucking dome for the rest of your goddamn life. Pick one. Pick one that you're going to hate. You either hate the winter or you hate the summer. Pick a fucking one. Idiots. Well, I think that was a good one. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Upcoming shows. I'm judging. I'm going to be in GW Foley's roast battle show. Not roasting, but judging the roasting. So I'm going to be a judge, and I'm going to fucking judge correctly. Do you hear me, Dave Hoffenberg and Christopher Thayer? If you idiots knew how to listen to a goddamn podcast, I hope you're fucking listening now. So that'll be on April 20th. And then I have another one. Movie Roast is April 21st. And then I'm hosting Thunderdome on May 5th, my birthday. All of those shows are at the Marquee Theater in Middlebury, Vermont. Let's see, what else? I have 2 YouTube channels. My YouTube channel, Kevin McTaggart, and then I have the McTaggart Attack podcast YouTube channel where you can listen to the podcast on YouTube. You can also find the podcast on Laughable and Spotify and really wherever the fuck you find podcasts. I mean, you've already found the podcast because you're listening to it right now, but I'm just stating that. I also have a Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack podcast. So look that up on the Facebook. Find me on Facebook if you want. Just tell me who the fuck you are so I don't just... I don't add everybody. If I don't know who the fuck you are, I'm not going to care. And then you can follow me on Twitter at KevMcT. And I think that's it. That's all I've got for now. I feel better. I've gotten some stuff off my chest, and I hope you just all have grown as a group. And remember, I was gonna try to be some quick, clever thing, but I can't remember. I'm still trying to figure out what this podcast is going to be called. I think it's going to be like, I am not a quitter, is what I'm going to call it. So yeah, don't be a quitter just because don't quit when things get tough, goddammit. Learn from it. Bye.